Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, want to give all honor and glory to Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Rekah Quadash, and double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the hopeful elect. Okay, real quick, as we know, World War III is on the rise. Okay, World War III is coming, and it's inevitable. All right, for those people that say, things are going to go down soon, back to peace and safety. No, this is it, man. The Lord, unless the Lord slows things down, but the end time prophecies is war. Okay. It says in the scriptures, let me get this real quick. All right. Revelation chapter 9, verse 12. One woe is past, and behold, there come two woes more hereafter. Okay. Worldwide destruction. Okay. Death. Okay. One woe is past, and behold, there come two woes more. Okay. Now, what does it say about this one? We'll just try to word it a certain way. Salakia. Okay, beautiful. All right. Revelation chapter 11, verse 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. Okay, so it's on its way. All right. Woe meaning death, destruction on the world level. Okay. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly, and it is coming quickly. Okay. And this is what it's kind of looked like in a nutshell right here. See, what you have is these little brothers to these big nations. Okay. That's supplying these little nations. Okay. And making them stronger. Okay. That's why you have the scripture say, let the weak say I'm strong. Okay, because they're being backed by a higher power. Okay, that has a lot of resources. Before we get that, before we play that video, let's get this real quick. Because what's going on right now, this little clip explains it. It's not hard, all right? It's not hard. Joel chapter 3, verse 10. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Okay, getting ready for war. Let me read up real quick. Joel chapter 3, verse 1. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and part of my land. Right. The land of Israel is inhabited by devils. Okay. And these are prophecies that's coming to pass. Verse 3. And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they might drink. Yea. And what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine? Will ye render me a recompense? And if you recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head? Now let me go to this real quick in my notes. Okay. Joel 3. Okay, World War 3, Ezekiel 36:5. All right. Okay. So it says, and yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine? Will ye render me a recompense? And if ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head? Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem. So this is what this is mostly about, man. Okay, the Lord setting up his kingdom. He has to make these nations go to war. Okay, they have to go to war. It has to get gruesome. It has to get, wicked out there. It has to get, destructive out there. All right, so that the Lord can deliver his people. The children, and then within that, the elect. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border. And we are removed far from our border, man. We in the land that, we in the upper north, okay, land, okay, all right. We are far from our border, okay, far from their border, all right. Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head, okay. Verse 8, and I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabeans, to a people far off, for the Lord Yahawah has spoken it. Verse 9, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. And in part of that mighty men are men that war on a high level, but then again, it's also nations that are heavily heavily war how do I want to say it? Heavily war groomed, okay, so such as Russia, those are men of war, okay, all right. The missiles that they possess, okay, the nuclear the nuclear ability that they possess, okay, is at a high level. So is America. Mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Verse 10, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Okay, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord Yahawah. Okay, it says, thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord Yahawah. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Okay, and this is what's going on when it says, when it says right here in verse 10, beat of Joel 3, beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I'm strong. The Lord has set the table to where these weak nations would be backed. Okay, they would be backed by a big brother. Okay, a big brother of power. All right. So this is pretty much what's going to happen right here. So check this out. See that again. You see, you got USA down there supplying Israel. Okay, cause they like to say it's Israel versus Iran, but no, no, because without that backing, these guys wouldn't be able to pull up these type of missiles, man. They wouldn't be able to put up this type of war, man. Okay, it's getting heavy, and it's because they're being supplied. All right, they're being supplied by greater nations. So it comes a time where the little brothers bring out the big brothers. All right, the least shall draw them out. It's a scripture that's been coming out lately through amongst the body. Okay, the least shall draw them out, because look at them. They're right there. Okay. USA is supplying Israel with weapons. Iran is being supplied by Russia. Israel gets hit with something. Oh, and that's good. Israel ended up getting hit with, not with a snowball, a soft hit. He ended up getting hit with a rock instead. okay, ended up getting hit with a rock, okay, all right, and that can be in the symbolization of Russia giving them one of them big ass nukes. Okay, Russia giving them giving them something that's serious, and Iran will test the waters. Iran is, that the scriptures talk about them. I believe let me see this real quick. Okay, Genesis chapter 16 verse 12. All right, starting at 11. Okay, this is with our father Abraham. He had a child, and the angel of the Lord Yahawah said unto her, Behold, thou art with child, and shalt bear a son, and shalt call his name Ishmael. Okay, because the Lord Yahawah hath heard thy affliction, and he will be a wild man. His hand will be against every man, and every man's hand against him, and he shall dwell in the presence of all his brethren. Okay. Real quick. Yep, and that was and he said, Hagar, that was Sarah's maid. Whence camest thou, and whither wilt thou go? And she said, I flee from the face of the mistress, Sarah. Okay, Abraham's real wife. Hagar was a concubine, okay, more like a slave wife. And the angel of the Lord Yahawah said unto her, Return to thy mistress, and submit thyself under her hands. And the angel of the Lord said unto her, I will multiply thy seed exceedingly, that it shall not be numbered for multitude. And the angel of the Lord Yahawah said unto her, Behold, thou art with child. She's pregnant, and shall bear a son. Okay, and shall call his name Ishmael, because the Lord hath heard thy affliction. Okay, and he will be a wild man. Okay, he's a wild man. This man right here, Iran, okay, which are the Ishmaelites, his hand will be against every man, and every man's hand against him. Okay, and he shall dwell in the presence of all his brethren. But let's get back here. Yeah, Ishmael is a wild man. Okay, let me see if I got the table of charts in here real quick. Table of nations, Slagia. No, I took a picture right here. Okay. So let me get here. Slagia, let me just find it real quick. Yep, so Arabs, okay? Arabs, Ishmael. The Ishmael, Arabs, okay? You see it right here. Let me zoom in. The Arabs, and then that's Ishmael at the end right here, okay? Ishmael. The Arabs, okay? The so-called Arabs. Those are the wild men. So now you see Iran fucked around and got, Israel got hit by something hard. Okay, Israel got hit by something hard, and it made America stand up. While Russia is still supplying. So now Iran is spooked, because this is no longer Iran's war. This is between Russia, the big brothers now, between Russia and America. Okay, because a certain nuke got hit, a certain nuke got a certain weapon got thrown, and it wasn't no little weapon. It was something to totally look at that, man. So now America has no choice but to stand up, and Iran can't go against America, but Russia can. All right. And they got their look of surprise on their face, but this is pretty much what it is. Let's read some comments real quick. Right here it says, Abdullah, agree with you, but the reality is USA gives all those weapons because they're a slave of Israel. Yes, that is true. Israel can bring this whole thing down, man. They bring everybody out, man. Yeah, so it's getting serious, man. Okay. So right now, this is pretty much what you see. Okay. It's pretty much what you see. A whole bunch of cat fighting right now with the little. Now it's about to start getting big. Okay. And weapons about to start being some real heavy stuff about to start being thrown. Okay. And Israel is gonna probably, this might be prophetic. You know, now America got to go against Russia. The big brothers are out. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that. If I can get a good screenshot, let me see. Let me see if I can also save this real quick. So brothers wanna. Okay, well I can't. Well, it's all good. All right, but yeah, man. Yeah, it's just serious, man. It's getting serious. Okay. So, we in that time. Okay, we in that time. We'll pull it up real quick. Let me make sure I didn't miss nothing. Okay. Actually, let me go to Ezekiel. What was that? Ezekiel 36. That was Ezekiel 36 verse 5. Let me grab that real quick. Ezekiel 36 verse 5. Okay, Ezekiel chapter 36 verse 5. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, power Yahawah, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen and against all Idumea, okay, which is Edom, Esau, which have appointed my land into their possession, Israel, with the joy of all their heart, with the spiteful minds, to cast it out for a prey. Prophesy therefore concerning the land of Israel, and say unto the mountains. So say to Israel, say unto their government, okay, the mountains of governments, and to the hills, to the rivers, and to the valleys. Thus saith the Lord power Yahawah, behold, I have spoken in my jealousy and in my fury, because ye have borne the shame of the heathen. Therefore, thus saith the Lord power Yahawah, I have lifted up my hand. Surely the heathen that are about you, they shall bear their shame. But ye, O mountains of Israel, ye shall shoot forth your branches and yield your fruit to my people of Israel, for they are at hand to come. Okay. All right. Let me see. Okay. All right. Boom. So yeah, man. With that, man, we're gonna give our honor and glory to Yahawah, by Hashem, Yahawashi, by Hashem, Rakak Kodash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the hopeful elect. Okay. Hey, and that's the spirit at the bottom right here, because I wasn't gonna even pick this to close out. It says for your future. Okay, for your future. This is your future. This is the future. Hey, is for Esau to be brought out of the power, man. Okay. So with that, we say shalom.